Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. So we're gonna do polymer clay thing today. Um, Gosh, the requests I get for polymer clay things, and I'm starting out with beginner things. So if you're starting out, and you just want to go buy one polymer clay block for $1 or whatever when it's on sale, then you could do something cool with it. So let me just start. First, I want to show you this kit I bought. Look at this. I bought it from Staples, and it's just little screwdrivers, but I like it. It was $1, so I'm sure they have it at the dollar store. But I can use it to put to make holes. If you see this right here, holes in my clay and stuff as well. So I'm really excited for that. So look at your dollar store. To use things differently. I can use this in jewelry, and I can use this especially in clay. It makes a nice hole, and I don't know, $1. How do you beat it? And then you have, fry glasses or whatever else you need. Okay. Next, I wanted to talk about very quickly is, oh, Kelly. Okay, is Primo SKYPE accents. Now, I love SKYPE. I do. It's what I use because of my hands. I use all of it, but I mean, SKYPE 3 is best for my hands. Now, this is Primo SKYPE, but this stuff it's accents. So what that means is it has, let me move you in closer. It has sparkles and stuff in it, glitter, which is exciting. However, let me just tell you a few things. It is soft like butter. It's like cream cheese in your hands. It is, I mean, look, I'm just barely closing it and look at it. So it makes very hard for making pendants and stuff for me. Now I have RA and fibro, as you guys know. So it's sticky. It isn't my favorite, and I'm so upset about it. So I'm working with it, and I made this just to see, if we can work with this, because it is very soft, which makes it fantastic for your hands if you have hand issues. But it's sticky, and it might be too soft. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that if you've used it. It's just not my favorite. I hate saying it, but I'm going to talk about it for a second and show you what I did. So what I did was I just took regular black SKYPE 3 clay, polymer clay, and I flattened them out, and I'm going to show you what I did. Now, I'm not using anything fancy because I want you guys to be able to do this at home if you just go buy one block. And I'm using black because black you can do a lot with, or you can use a lighter color like I did on this blue, and I'll show you those in a second. So I'm just going to roll this into a ball like this, and I'm going to move it around. Now, the more that you, let me move my camera out this way a little bit more. The more you hold it, I like to hold it in my hands for a few minutes while I'm doing something, maybe watching a video or TV or just sitting there thinking, meditating, whatever you do. I like to sit on it if if I have plastic still around it, if it's still in the wrapping, stick it under my arm, under my boob, wherever I sweat. And unfortunately, these days, menopause has reared its ugly head. And yeah, so I sweat quite a bit. Now, I don't get sweat on them, but because I make sure they're wrapped. I've not done it without them wrapped, so beware. Okay, so I rolled it in a ball, nothing fancy, and I'm going to take my glue stick and I'm going to push it down. Now, you can use, that there's rollers that you can buy, all that kind of stuff. But because I'm a mixed media artist and art journaling and all that as well, because I love to do everything and good at nothing, as they say, I use what I have, and this is what I have. You can use a paint bottle. You can use I've also used my cooking spray can. I use Pam or whatever, you know what I'm talking about. You can use that as well. So all I did was roll it. Okay. And you see how easy that is. Nothing, no big deal. So now I'll show you what I did for the circle. I took a lid to one of my, this is the glass glitter from Iced Animals. Oh my goodness, Iced Enamels. And I used the lid for this, but why not use your lid from your glue stick? Now, it won't be as big as this, But you know what I mean? It's up to you what you use. But first what I'm going to do is stamp. Now, this is a polymer clay stamp. I think, oh, what's her name? I can't remember her name right now. Lisa. Lisa is her name, and I can't remember. But I got this at the AC Moore with a coupon. But you might just have a regular old stamp sitting around, right? So I like this middle, but you can definitely use this too, because all we want to do is make a pattern. So for it not to stick, just spray a little bit of water on it. Sorry, I'm congested. Spray a little water on your clay. It isn't going to hurt anything. It's going to help it not stick. And then stick it down. Give it a good push. Make sure you put your lid back on your glue, because you don't want to be cursing me out later. And just push everywhere. You want a good push or roll, whatever you want. And then I'm lifting it up. And you can see that you get, see the texture? And that'll be just, and the water just goes off. It's not a big deal. And you can see. So when we put, now watch this. When we go to put some, oh, what color? You know what I'll do? Let me do this out first. We'll just do the lid. I just want some texture. So maybe I'll even go back in just with these ends and push some texture. Because I just want, if you don't have stamps, right? You know what you can do is take an end of a pencil or whatever and just go in. You can make dots, because ideally we're wanting texture, right? And you can do all that. So I'm going to cut this out, and I'm just going to, and you can use cutters, whatever you want, and you can see that's what I cut out. And then I'll just pull it out. And you can push it down all the way. Do your thing. And I'm just working it out like that. I'm going to set that aside for a second. And now look at it. Do you want it to have more texture? Are you good with that? It's totally up to you. Okay, so now what I like to do is put a hole in it. And I will just use a, whatever I have, you know, that will put a hole. Now this might be too big of a hole. Sometimes the holes, when you put them in, they'll shut, like they'll, you know, close up. So I'll use a smaller, and I'm going to push it down and turn it so it goes through. See? And then screw it back out, and then go back in this. I like to go back in both ways. Okay. Okay, so you can see our little there. Now let's use some Pearl X pigment in red, the duo of red blue number 680. I don't even know if they sell these anymore, these big ones, but they come in smaller ones. I have, you could get them in these Perfect Pearls little sets, whatever you have. Okay. And see how pretty that is? And when you turn it, it makes it. So here, I'm going to spray some water on the clay. And I haven't baked this yet, remember? And I'm going to move in another little bit. I'm going to take some of this on my fingers. And you can use a brush. I'll do one with my fingers and then the next one with a brush. And go in and lightly tap. And the water makes it permanent. Okay. And look how that changes the whole look of that, the whole color. Do you see that? How pretty? Oh, the colors. It's so iridescent and beautiful. Beautiful. Now, you could take a little brush. Now, they sell these Pearl X brushes. And this would be a whole other video for me to do Pearl X, to do demos on this and art journaling and all that. If you want that, let me know. But this is just a Perfect Pearls from Ranger brush. And I'm just going on and I'm just wiping it. And it will make it even shinier. And then, let me show you. Look at that. Look how pretty. And if you want a little bit more on it, I'll do a little bit on my brush. Put your brush in, tap it, and then I turn it and tap it because it does have fallout. And then I'll go back in and I'll layer some more. Or add another color, whatever you want. Then you will bake it at the manufacturer's instructions. So if your SKYPE 3 says bake at 265 for 10 minutes an inch or whatever, that's what you'll do. And you bake it with this on it. And then when it comes out, you can add gems and all kinds of stuff. So it's a lot of fun. Now, if I use a different color on there, let me see. Let me do something that maybe you'll be able to see a little bit better. I'm going to spray it again with the water because I want it to, that as it dries will become permanent. I'm going to use this beautiful gold color. And it's called Perfect Gold. And I just tap it down. I don't even know if it helps, but I'm going to dip it in and tap it. And you also could take from the lid, the cap. And then I'm just going to kind of go and tap it on here. And that's going to add some other dimension on there as well. So, you see how pretty that looks? I mean, you really, it just makes it look like metal. Okay, so if I do it, if I turn it over, squirt some water on the back. I'm going to tap it a little bit. I'm going to take some of this gold. A little bit more than I did in the previous. I tapped it off, you know, but look. Now, do you have to add water? No. What this is doing, and what I like about this, is it adds, let me show you. See how it adds, like, I don't know, like streaks in it, kind of metally? See how that does that? I like that. You don't have to like it. So if you don't want to wet it, you don't have to, but you'll wet it after. And then I'm just going to take my brush, and I'll show you in another piece. All right. So you see, I just take my brush around the sides, and then I would bake this, okay? So then after you bake it, and I'm gonna take a paper towel and just wipe my brush on it. Okay, so let's wipe this, and let me show you. This is baked. This is baked. Okay, all I did was, I can't even hold anything today. All I did was cut out a square, and you can see this one's more organic looking because I didn't use anything to cut it out with. I just kind of molded it myself. This is using that Primo, and you can see the sparkles in it. This is just SKYPE 3, and I cut it out with a lid. And I'm going to show you what we could do and why I like the black. Now, these are hard, right? That's what you said. Okay. So now, let's do the black one first, because that's my favorite. Let's do this color. What about some duo green yellow? Although this pink's pretty nice, but I mean, I have green and gold and so many different colors. Like I said, I can do a video, but I have so many deliciousnesses in here. Deliciousnesses. But we're going to do this with this green duo. So I am not putting any water on here right now. And you can see I put the hole in. I baked this at 265 for 20 minutes and let it cool, and here we are. And I did that for both. So I'm going to stick my brush in the powder, and then while I'm in there, just giving it a little something. And then I'm going in, and I'm going to look. And I'm just lightly going to touch the top, but look how that changes the whole color. And if you want it darker, go in a little bit more and lay it down. Go around the sides just to add some of that. On the back if you want. Just so, it, you know, you don't have any pattern on the back, but it'll just add that little bit of, you know, shine. Just to give it a little finished look if it ever twists. Pick up some of that you dropped. I'll do that. All right, and you can see. Now what I'm loving is the way that it's going into the crevices. You see that? So I'm going to go in a little bit more, give it a tap, and I'm going to go over it one more time. And I'm going to kind of push Not too hard, but because I want it in those crevices. All right. So you get the gist. Okay, and can you see how it's gold and green? Look at that. So now I'm going to take a little paper towel or whatever you have, a little rag, and I'm going to lightly go because I want to wipe off the top. See how I'm wiping off the top? Because I don't want to wet this and have it stay there. Now you can do this before you bake it, remember. It doesn't have to be this way, but you can do it both ways. And there's so many ways to get this if you don't have the Pearl X. But this one I'm just doing today. Oh yeah, I love it. Look at that. Look how that came out. Oh, I love it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm happy with that, right? I could sit and fuss all day. I'm going to take my water and just give it a squirt and leave it dry. Okay? And that's all I'm going to do with that. And I'm going to set that aside. Now, what about this blue one? Well, I mean, I could use this color on there, but let's see what other colors we have. How about gold? Super copper. Or silver. This is macro pearl. This is copper. I think the silver. Or the pearl. Alright. And you can see it's just like that. Let me close this. I'm going to just wipe my brush off so I don't have any of that other color in there. And I'm going in. Same thing. I'm just going to take and we're going to see what this does. And the nice thing is, if you don't like this color, go for another color. I'm going to put a lot on here, as you can see, because you're still going to be able to see a lot of that blue through because this is like a pearl color. But I'm just going through to pick up any texture that I can. And then we'll see if we really like it or not. So I'm just going to... Yeah, so that's not doing... That might be a better cover. So I'm not loving on that one. It's all right. Tap it back in. I'm cheap. I'm cheap. So just do like that. Don't hate on me because I'm cheap. I don't like that color. Let's do blue green again, just because of the blue. So I'm going to go in, grab some of that, and let's see what this does. Okay. Get some highlight there. Oh, I love the shine. Look at that. Now, what I might do is, well, besides saving this, because look at that. Can't get rid of that. You know, I come on here and nobody bothers me, and as soon as I get on here, my phone rings 20 million times. And text going crazy. But generally, I don't care. Just my phone's going off and off. Just like, sorry, boo. I'm recording. Let me wipe this up. Let me take this and give it a wipe. Maybe you do this and you don't like it, right? Maybe you're like, you know what, with this blue color, I don't like it. Well, what can I do? Well, you know what we can do? Let's take some acrylic paint and have fun. So I'll do it really quickly just to show you what you can do. I'm going to take a little bit of acrylic paint, and this is just basic, Liquitex Basic, and I'm going to do a little, the littlest bit. I'm going to take a paintbrush, not the pigment one that we just used. Not that one either, Cal. All right. Come on now. My hands today. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm going to wet my brush and make this watery. I'm going to run it on this. And what I want to do is really push it down in those holes, in the gaps. Okay. I have a little bit more. Then what I'm going to do is take my paper towel and napkin again and blow on it to get a little bit of that off. And I'm going to wipe it very lightly. See how I'm like wiping it away? Turning it a little bit. Can you see how it holds that black in there? I like that. But, oh, you know what would be good on these? Wait. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about these. The metallic luster from Deco Art. Yeah, look at this. Very lightly going across so it still sees everything. You still see everything in there. Ooh, I like it. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, yes. And you can do whatever color. This is the one I just grabbed, which isn't bad. You know, I might have wanted to do that. There, I do have blue, I have silver, all kinds of different colors. Yeah, look at that. Look how different that is. And then you can take it around the sides, the back. So if it falls, you know, if you're doing it, it's going on the back. And leave it sit on there for a minute. Okay. So exciting. I remembered these. These are great. Give it a second to dry. Wipe this off. And once it's dry, we'll buff it, and then we'll move on from there. So, real quick. Now we have this. This is the other one we did. And look how pretty that looks. So, something you can do is Ink Essentials sells memory foil tape. And you can use, you know, whatever you want. You can use and make your own... I just can't think of the name right now. It just left my head. Oh, cabochon with metal and do all that and wrap, and that's awesome, but I don't have time. I don't want to sit here and start that tutorial now on this, but you have this. So what I'll do is I will tape it here and run it all around. My piece. I keep it on here on the holder because, you know, I don't know how much I'm going to use, and it just helps me from not wasting. And I'm doing this with my fingers on the outside just so I know, you know, how far. Okay, so you can see I'm right there. Take your scissors, clip it, and then I'm going to go back with my fingers, and I'm just going to run it. Now you could put a top coat on here, like a glossy coat. You can spray it. You could use the SKYPE liquid glaze and all that kind of stuff. So you really can go to town on this. I probably would put, I might do like little gems or something. I don't know. I don't know what I would do. I'd have to sit and think about that when I look at it. Okay, so you can see I did that. And you can burnish it if you want, like this, so it goes down on all the cracks, right? On the side there, so it sticks. I'll show you what that looks like in a second. Okay. I love this. I love playing with clay. It's been my favorite thing lately. But you see how it kind of makes it, you know, it makes it a little more, how would you say, a little more professional, finished. Finished is the word I'm looking for. So you have this. Now, if you guys want to know how I make a bail for this to make it a pendant, let me know down below, and I will definitely do a video on that. So let's do the square, and let's do it kind of the same way. So I'm just going to take that off. I'm going to start this. Peel that back off. Start the side. It's hard for me to get on there. camera. And we're going to do the same thing, except this is square. Try to keep it in the middle of everything that you're doing. La la la. I love using these in my paintings and as making jewelry for your girls in your paintings. If you look back at some of my older stuff, 4 or 5 years ago, you'd see I did that. Okay, there we go. And then it just goes over it again, and we're going to do the same thing. Use your fingers and push it down so it has contact. Burnish it so you can get all those ins and outs. Now this one, what I would do, because I don't have a hole in it, I would either put a hole in it or I would wire wrap this and then make my bail. So there's so many different things. And this, like I said, this would have to be baked yet, but this makes, you know, you can make 2 of these, make earrings. You can make this to be your bail. You can put another hole here and make a bigger one of these down below and have it hang. Oh, it's so much fun. So much fun. So let me know if you guys want a video on how to make a bail for this, how to make a bail, wire wrap bail for this one. And I would be glad to do it for you guys. Glad to do it. I love doing clay, and I have so many requests for different clay things. So I wanted to get this up for you guys. A lot of fun. And let me see if I can get, I want to get a really good picture of this on here so you guys can really, it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. Look at it. See it? Look at that. Look at that. Now I'm going to put a clear coat on this. It'll be gorgeous. Gorgeous. This one too, and plus it will make it, the clear coat, it's hard to see right now, but the clear coat will definitely make it a little better. Oh, just delicious. And then this is just the uncooked one yet, the unbaked one. But you can definitely see the shine. So much fun. I can't stand it. Oh my gosh, I could go on how to do things, make for rings and bracelets and necklaces, and oh my god, it's so exciting. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up because I love doing these tutorials from start to finish so you guys can do along with me and learn. I know a lot of you like that. You know, and really it takes one thing of clay, but like I said, I have so many things planned with the clay because I just love it. And let me know down below if you want to see more clay play and if you want me to do the bails for these in another video. And I just love you guys so much. And I hope you all have a great day. Please be kind to each other because you never know what battle somebody else is fighting. And I hope you guys have a great day. Bye, guys.